almost in defense of Amari Cooper, not that he needs our defense, he's pretty comfortable in his own skin, we bring you the exclusive, never before told story of the Dallas Cowboys donkey meat. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Long time ago, we knew Jimmy Smith. Quiet young fella from Jackson State. Rookie wide receiver in Dallas Cowboys camp. So intimidated by his surroundings that for quite some time, that first summer at the team's training camp dining room in Austin at St. Edward's University, Jimmy Smith declined lunch every day. Why? Because he was too shy to get clarification from the lunch lady when he misheard her explanation for what was being served for lunch as donkey meat. Jimmy, 1992 second-round pick from Jackson State, he thought the Cowboys were trying to make him eat donkey meat. And young Jimmy wasn't quite bold enough or confident enough to ask again, at which point he would have surely figured out that the lunch lady's accent was disguising what she was actually telling him when he was asking her what's being served, and she was simply saying, turkey meat. That background is important because it sets the stage for my bewilderment at Jimmy Smith's trashing of the Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is a perennial Pro Bowler. He makes a Pro Bowl every year, almost, in his career. He's put up spectacular numbers every year in his career, including his entire time in Dallas, almost 3 seasons, right? Including in 2020, when, largely without the benefit of Dak Prescott at quarterback, he gave the Cowboys a team-leading 92 catches, pretty spectacular, 1,100 yards, pretty spectacular, 5 touchdowns. But, Jimmy Smith says, in observation of Amari, I just wish there was a little more effort on Amari Cooper's part. He's a guy who's so talented, but the lack of effort really gets under my skin. This is Jimmy Smith speaking recently on Fansided's Matt Lombardo podcast. And he's kind of saying that Amari Cooper is lazy. You don't hear very many guys say that about very many other guys, especially when they're as accomplished as Amari Cooper. Now, I don't know if Jimmy knows Amari Cooper. It seems like it would be easy for him to get to know him rather than take pot shots from, as Barry Switzer used to call it, when Jimmy Johnson used to take pot shot at Barry's Cowboys, the catbird seat. But this much is true about Amari Cooper, and you've come to learn this, and so have I. Amari Cooper is laid back. That's different from lazy, but he is laid back. Some in Dallas have criticized him for not being more vocal in demanding the ball, but those same critics call other wide receivers who demand the ball divas. So sometimes we don't know what we want there. Maybe Jimmy Smith, who failed in Dallas after I don't know if you remember this, you might have to be an old timer to remember this. There was a dangerous and controversial intestinal illness that he had. And then came a surgery and a dispute with the Cowboys, who let him go because he was sick, couldn't play. He goes to Jacksonville, and I think it was Tom Coughlin, and says, wow, this kid can play. And he becomes a wildly successful member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think to this day, he's still the greatest receiver, most productive receiver in Jacksonville history. Pretty sure. 5-time Pro Bowler, 13-year NFL career. And he deserves to be viewed, I guess, as someone who knows what he's seeing. And what he's seeing is Cooper, quote, not trying hard enough. Or maybe, as is often the case with players from previous generations. Smith is 52. Amari is, I believe, 27. It's about the money. A lot of times it's about the money. Indeed, Jimmy Smith says that Cooper should do more, quote, especially for what he's getting paid. And he adds of second-year CeeDee Lamb, second-year receiver, quote, he's going to make guys who are making more money than him expendable. That's what's going to happen. Okay, now we're starting to get to what might be the bottom of this. Cooper makes $20 million a year. It's a contract billed as being worth $100 million. If you follow us here, you know that that's not quite the case. There is a contractual escape hatch after 2021 that would leave Dallas with just $6 million in dead money. They could say goodbye if they wanted to Amari Cooper after this season. And maybe the 20 and the 100 is what rubs Jimmy Smith the wrong way. Cowboys' view, as you know, a premium talent, that's their view of Amari Cooper, and a bright tactician who goes about his job with intellect rather than by screaming. Amari Cooper is laid back. He is reserved. He's something less than demanding. And in that regard, what's ironic about this criticism is Amari Cooper is actually very much like the Jimmy Smith we knew back in 1992. The Jimmy Smith who we found to be a sweet person and a quiet kid and an endearing guy, and for whom a few of us who were standing in the lunch line with him over the course of a few days there came to come up with a nickname for him. Jimmy Smith had a nickname. Donkey meat, we used to call him. Fish out.